So when we look at this whole proof, once again, in order to show that AC and BC are congruent sides, you either need to show they're part of two congruent triangles. So even though we have two triangles here, they're not going to be congruent triangles. So we're not going to use that method. The other possible way to show two sides are equal in a triangle is to show that their base angles are equal. Okay, so in order for that to happen, what we would need to do is to show that angle CAB and angle CBA were equal to each other. Okay, so if that's the pattern that you're looking for, we do need to introduce those two angles into our proof. So let's say we introduce angle CAB. The only way we can introduce angle CAB into this proof is to identify that it's the whole made up of parts 1 and 3. So we could say that angle CAB is equal to the measure of angle 1 plus angle 3, and that's angle addition. And we can introduce angle CBA using the same concept. CBA is the whole made up of the parts 2 and 4. And that's also angle addition. So here we've at least introduced those elements. So now in order to show that AC and BC are equal, we need to show somehow that those two large angles, those outer angles, are equal to each other. Okay, there's a couple different ways that we can go about doing this. And again, I'll show you the two different ways. Okay, the way that most students, I think, tend to prefer or see more easily is if we were to just take one of these statements. So let's say we take that first statement, CAB is equal to, what can we replace, or actually, what can we replace angle 1 with? We can replace it with angle 2. So in order for us to get these two statements to be equal, we need to be able to replace angle 3 with angle 4. Okay, is that going to be possible? Yeah, what do we know about angle 3 and 4? In triangle ADB, they're opposite equal sides. So we can make the statement that angles 3 and 4 are in fact equal. And the reason is, in a triangle, angles opposite equal sides are equal. And so what this is going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to take one of these statements and transform it into the other. So angle 1 can be replaced by angle 2. Angle 3 now can be replaced by angle 4. So we can recreate this statement so that it's exactly the same as this one. Okay, and so that's one of the possibilities. So if we were to take one of the statements from step 2, and it wouldn't matter which one you choose, I'm going to just take the top one. Measure of angle CAB is equal to, and I'm going to replace angle 1 with its equivalent, angle 2. And I'm going to replace angle 3 with its equivalent, which we just found to be angle 4. So that's just straight substitution. I substituted in two values for their equivalents. And by doing this statement, what I can now see is I have two things, CBA and CAB, that are equal to the same thing, the expression angle 2 plus angle 4. Therefore, they have to be equal to each other. So when I look at this, I can make the statement that angle CBA is equal to the measure of angle CAB, and that's transitive property. Two things equal to the same thing are equal to each other. And now my final step here is if CBA is equal to CAB, then the sides opposite those are equal. So opposite CBA is AC, opposite CAB is BC. I have my end state, and the justification is just kind of the alternate of this. So in a triangle, sides opposite equal angles are equal. Now, I could have come back up here, and in this step right here, steps 4 and 5, there's an alternate way that you can approach that. And that alternate way is, what we could have done is we could have taken this equation right here. Measure of angle 1 is equal to measure of angle 2. And we could have added angle 3 to one side of this equation. And we could have added its equivalent to the other side, angle 4. And so we could have, instead of using that method, we could have just added the same value to both sides. So addition property. And if we did that, what we would then get is angle 1 plus angle 3 could be replaced by angle CAB. And then angle 2 plus angle 4 could be replaced by angle CBA. And that would have been a simple substitution. Okay, we still would have gotten the opposite sides, or sides opposite equal angles are equal, so we still would have reached the same conclusion with the same justification.